As we made our way through the subway system, we asked commuters a crucial question about the money made from congestion pricing. Do you trust the MTA to spend that money wisely?
I pray to God that it does go towards what it needs to go towards.
Not so much. No, I don't think so.
I hope so. It's hard to know.
So we examined a few recent examples of big-time spending that have raised questions. To begin with, the MTA has a $35 million contract with Allied Universal Security for unarmed guards to stop fare evasion at subway doors. But as people who ride every day know, the guards stand around, sometimes in their phones, even when people don't pay, right next to them. The MTA says that fare evasion is an $800 million a year problem, and it's managed to reduce subway fare evasion by 25% during the last 6 months. A spokesman says the guards are part of that, blocking the, quote, fare evasion superhighway of people avoiding the turnstiles. There's also concern about the effectiveness of the $252 million help point system. The blue lights are currently undergoing a $79 million upgrade, even as cell phones make the system increasingly obsolete. The MTA's own Inspector General found help points were overrun with prank calls, and responses to real emergencies could be handled better. The MTA says there's been no final decision made about discontinuing the help point system, but refers to it as one of many resources to help riders, saying most people use it for directions.
I think especially with congestion pricing now being underway, the public, the riders, all stakeholders really want to see results. They want to see not only the system functioning and being a good repair, but they want to make sure the expenses are being managed in a more efficient way.
State Comptroller Tom DiNapoli is just one of several government watchdogs keeping a careful eye on the MTA. Late last year, an audit by his office showed the MTA did not achieve tens of millions of dollars in savings by properly streamlining and leveraging its $7 billion in annual purchasing power. The MTA says the Comptroller's office used old data to reach those conclusions, and that over the last few years, the agency has become much more efficient.
Unfortunately, in the case of the procurement audit, the response, frankly, was a bit more of justifying what is rather than embracing our recommendations.
Time and time again, the MTA pushed back on issues we raised about daily operations, including overtime for workers. Salaries make up about 70% of the agency's operating budget. The MTA says the bottom line is that annual operations cost 3% less than before the pandemic if you account for inflation. Moreover, a spokesman says the transit agency has already found $400 million in efficiencies with no service cuts nor layoffs, and is committing to finding $100 million more in savings.
Attention passengers.
Andrew Ryan with the Citizens Budget Commission, a nonprofit government watchdog agency, says the MTA has certainly gotten better at completing projects on time and on budget.
We need to invest massive amounts of money in the MTA's infrastructure. It is crumbling around us, delaying commutes. We're getting to work late. It's going to hurt our quality of life and economy.
But Ryan says at the same time, the MTA does owe the public more transparency, even suggesting the state legislature should mandate it by law.
We need to hold the MTA accountable for spending the money wisely and getting value for New Yorkers.
At a recent MTA board meeting, there was an in-depth report on how the agency is working to become more efficient, examining things all the way down to the cell phones in the hands of many MTA employees. When we pushed Chairman and CEO Janno Lieber about the call for more transparency, he pushed back.
It's all there online. Go look at it and see whether we are already the most radically transparent agency of state government. I think we are.